Sony continued to have some brilliant news today, and actually, I'm kind of surprised that they hit with all kind of cylinders. It looks like they're really kind of ramping up. They've obviously got some big announcements to come. The main question that I would bring up as to some of this stuff that they're announcing now is, wouldn't this better be announced at like a state of play or like a E3 type thing? I don't know. It seems like these big announcements are happening just randomly, and there's no rhyme or reason behind it. And I feel like that's something that could diminish their impact in the long run. Maybe that'll be the case, maybe it won't be, but I do feel like a lot of people are talking about this right now. It's trending on Twitter, and just seeing everybody kind of talk about it makes me want to talk about it. So I figured, hey, why not go ahead and do a video on it? I can give my 2 cents. You guys can kind of give your 2 cents, and we can kind of meet and see where we think this is going to lead, because I feel like this is Sony's first big move against Microsoft, and it could lead to even bigger things down the line. Let's wait and see what happens, but this is pretty impressive. This is the first time Sony's done this, by the way, so we got to keep that in mind as well. Hey everybody, it's me, Crap Gamer, and this is, of course, Crap Gamer Reviews, your home for gaming news, opinions, reviews, and much more. You'll probably notice a few changes around here, but that shouldn't stop you from giving us a like and possibly even consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Please, at the very least, give us a like. Thank you so much for spending some of your free time with me today. It means the world. I know how busy everybody is with school, work, family, friends, all that kind of stuff, gaming. So the fact that you spend any time stopping by and, watching any of my videos just means absolutely everything to me. So please leave us a like, and if you want to and you do subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified of everything as soon as it drops, because that would be awesome. I do multiple videos a day, and I just have fun with it. Hopefully that comes across to everyone that watches. And I do want to get into this, though. I don't want to waste any more time. Now, we all know that Xbox has the Game Pass, and it is a really, 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 really good service, and everybody talks about it, and everybody seems to love it. I've been very upfront about how I feel about it. I buy a lot of games. I think that it is definitely a great thing for a certain type of gamer. I've used it a little bit more over the last year than I had previously, and obviously with a lot of big first-party games coming over the next years, it'll be something I use even more. And Sony didn't really have anything to really kind of match that, right? So we knew that like PlayStation Now is a thing that Sony came out with years ago, but at the same time, it wasn't something that was really competitive. A lot of people thought PlayStation Now was just a streaming only service, which it's not, by the way. And so when we see this kind of stuff pop up, we kind of go, oh, well, what's going to be their answer? And we know that Spartacus is something that Sony's working on, and now we have an idea of Sony's first day one launch title, and it's not a first party game, mind you, but they are seemingly testing the waters for Project Spartacus. And I will link this article, you guys can check it out. Shadow Warrior 3 will be a PlayStation Now title when it launches on March 1st. The news was shared with little fanfare via the PlayStation blog post, but it's actually a rather notable step into uncharted territory for PlayStation Now, as Shadow Warrior 3 will be the very first day one launch title on Sony's streaming service. But even the way they mention it says it's a streaming service, but it's more than that. You're going to be able to download this game. It's more than just streaming. This is certainly a great opportunity for subscribers to play Shadow Warrior 3 at no additional cost, and it's not a completely unusual move from Sony given recent reports that it has been developing a new service codenamed Spartacus to compete with Xbox Game Pass. It's very possible that the company is testing the waters of day one launches with Shadow Warrior 3 before rolling out a much more substantial plan. Now, Sony has yet to formally announce Project Spartacus, but it is expected to be revealed by or before spring of 2022, and is said to feature multiple tiers, including one with access to a backwards compatibility catalog that would feature PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 titles for the time being. Now, PlayStation Now costs $60 a year and grants users the ability to stream a selection of games ranging from rather old to relatively recent. See, and even this, which I'm getting this from GameSpot, which is a large outlet, it says you can stream it. Now, you can stream like PS3 games and stuff like that, but all PS4 games are fully downloadable, and so that's, I think, part of the reason why they need some sort of more reliable new name, rebranding, something, so that people know what's up. You know what I'm saying? This just, to me, it really kind of comes across as that, and making third-party games. This is what we kind of expected, right? Like, I'm being as honest as I can be right now. This is what we were expected. This is what I talked about in a video or two a while ago when Spartacus first came out as a rumor and a leak from Jason Schreier of Bloomberg, where he was talking about this. And I said, and he even says, don't expect, big day one launches, etc., from their first party. But that doesn't rule out day one launches of some of the third party stuff. This is what, like, people go, oh, well, that's not very good. Well, listen, Microsoft, and I know people hate when I say this, Microsoft didn't release a big AAA in their service for 2 years, like a big AAA first party game. They just didn't do it. And Game Pass still grew. How did Game Pass grow? Well, they continually release some of these third-party games, some of these indie games and stuff like that day one. That garners a lot of buzz, and it gets people to subscribe. People start talking about it and things like that. That's exactly what happened. And we see that starting to happen now, and we'll probably continue to see that starting to happen with Sony and what they're doing. The only thing that I'm scratching my head on is the fact that Sony chose to announce this on a weird, just random blog post. Like, it should be a big deal, right? Like, hey, this is a first thing, a first thing that we've done this, etc., etc. You know what I mean? It's join us as we blah blah blah. Like, this is kind of a big deal for them, and I don't understand why they just kind of, it's just like in the fine print or whatever. I just don't think that's I don't think that's a very good way to go about this, in my humble opinion, but what do I know? Now, clearly we'll see Sony continue to try to roll out some of the stuff on Spartacus and things like that, but it does sound like that they are ramping this up. And, I'd never really heard of this game, but apparently it's a pretty big game. I was looking up some of the stuff, and, it's very interesting to see exactly kind of what they're coming out with and what they've managed to do so far, and I absolutely love the fact that they've been able to do this, and I love the fact that they've been able to kind of come up with an idea that's going to be competition to Game Pass, but also in a way doesn't devalue a lot of their first party games, because I feel like Sony as a company relies heavily on those initial buy-ins of their products, especially their games. So you need those games to continue to be great, and I don't think a Game Pass kind of plan works well for those, but you never know. But anyway, very interesting stuff. What do you guys think about this? Is this shots fired? Is this something that Sony's getting into it now? Are we starting to see some real competition? Let me know. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.